Okay, you are going.
Hi, Mandy with Mom and Mason's Treasures, and I'm completing an order. I got an order for this bow last night, and I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Let me take it off so y'all can see it. Here you go. And
Back up a little bit. You don't have to show them.
And so she wants 3. And so I am going to be completing the balance. And I thought, why not just do it live instead of always being by yourself in your little room. So that's what we're doing. I got to sit it up there so I don't forget how I made it, because of course she's getting more than one. And I'm sorry, but that would be Gizzy and our Gizmo, and he's fighting with his toys. That's
You
kind
can
of
see
sort of
all
what
the
he
comments and people who join right here. Left corner, people who join, and your comments will be here.
Okay, all right. Let's see if we can sit that right there so I can see it.
Okay.
All right, so here are the ribbons that we're going to be using tonight in this the ribbon. There we go. And so we had green, and then we're going to do red truck. We're going to do red Christmas trees, and then just a little bit of they call it something, but I call it plaid, but I think it's called buffalo check. So there you go. So we are going to get rolling, and we're going to start out with the green. Now, I did this bow on Easy Bow Maker. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like the Easy Bow Maker. I don't like it at all. But I mean, everybody has their way of doing things. So I'm just going to roll out some of this. Got to keep it up off the floor because Gizmo seems to think that everything's a chew toy at this point in his life. So we're going to just kind of eyeball this, and if we're a little bit past 16 inches, well then we're just a little bit past 16 inches. So we're just going to jump right on in here and start making. Now what I just did was these tails are 16 inches long. Oh, and you know what? I've already messed up already. Yeah, there you go, dingbat. Alright, so we're doing loops. So we're going to pull this out. I'm just eyeballing it. So, going to put the pretty side up. So this is the pretty side. Put the pretty side up. So that means this turns over. This goes in. Just like so. I like the Bow Dabber better than I like the Easy Bow Maker. I don't have my phone directly in front of me, so if anybody is commenting, I have to jump off. That was a wacky dovetail. That was a wacky dovetail. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay, so let's see who's talking to us. My sister Jennifer's on. Hey Jennifer. So, crazy. Laugh out loud. Alrighty, so we're going to sit that back over there. Jennifer and I usually talk at night sometimes, but tonight I'm going to do this live, and she's going to watch, and then I'm done. I'm going to call her, and then we're going to still talk. Okay, so I want the loops to be the same as this tail, which this tail might be a little bit longer than what I was planning. Mason, can you bring me measuring tape? So I don't want the loops to be quite that long, so I'm going to shorten that loop just a little bit. Squish this in, twist, and pull it down. Alright. So this tail is going to be a little longer than what I want it to be, and anyway, so let me tell you what the deal is with the loops. Okay, so the reason you twist it is because you want the pretty side and the pattern side to be on both ends. See, the bottom end and the top end are both the pretty side, and on this one, this is the top, because when you're looking at the bow, you always want the pretty side. Here's your pretty side, so we're going to take it, we're going to turn it in, scrunch it up, and I try to twist before I put it in there, and put that in there like that. And then if you take that and pull that up, and then take this one and pull it up, look how much longer that is. So that tells me that because I'm not on my normal working board, this side is much smaller. So we have to pull this in just a tad. Okay, let's put that there. And now they're about the same. Pull it in just a little bit more. Fix that twist. Pull that up. There's that. Pull that up. There you go. This I can cut off later. Of course, that is way much too long, but we can cut that off later. But now that I've got this started, it'll be easier for me to put it in gear. Puppy's back, so we got to get the ribbon up off the floor because he will eat it, because that's what he does. All right, so we're going to take it and we are going to crunch it and turn it, and there we go. And pull it together. Oh, I think I might have pushed that in. Okay. If you were measuring it, if you were on your mat and measuring it, you would be able to see straight up. Okay, so that's even and that's even. Okay, so with this bow, I had 4 loops, and then I had 2 tails. So there's a tail, and then I twisted this, but we didn't need to twist it because we're going to have a tail right here. So you're going to have 4 loops. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this will make 6. So I'm going to come over here. We need to make a better dovetail. Okay, and so that takes care of our, I don't know, I guess you call that plaid, green and blue plaid. I don't know, maybe it's just green and gold. I'm colorblind, guys, I don't know. So, we got, don't know what to do with my pen. So, I'm going to get to the next set. And we'll just borrow the pen from this one to go in this one. You always want to do that so that your stuff's not out rolling around. I'm not going to roll as much out with this one as I did with the green, because I just don't want to fight with the dog. Oh, so, alright, so with this one, we've got 2 tails that are 16 inches long, and then we have 1, 2, 3, we have 4 red trucks. So we need to do 16 inches, so we're going to estimate that being 16, and we'll take it, we'll crunch it, and we'll turn it over, and we'll put it in, and then what you're going to do is you're going to manipulate this this way so that when you take it out to make the bow, the tails are already down where you want them to be. Alright. Amanda, you're making a mess. Okay, sit you over there. Alrighty. And then with the red truck, you want it to be just a little bit shorter than the blue. So what I do is I measure it in, normally what I would have done is I would have done 7 inches. And then I would have done 6.5 inches. Then I would have did 5 inches, so forth and so on like that. So I'm just measuring it to get an idea, and you can actually put them down in there like this, but I prefer to scrunch mine and twist mine before I put it in there. It's just the way I like to do it. Everybody's got to do it their own way. Everybody has to figure out what works best for them, and then once you know what works best for you, then you just go with it, and it makes it so much easier. So anyway, this is good stiff ribbon, and the good stiff ribbon tends to work a little better for me. I have bought ribbon at Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has great prices on their ribbon. I just don't like working with it. If you pull it too hard or if you twist it too hard, you can damage the spines. I call this a spine. This is where your wire's at, and so it's got, it's almost like they took a serger and they serged the edge of the ribbon with a wire, and the wire is embedded in this. But with the Dollar Tree ribbon, which is decent ribbon, and can make really pretty things, I'm just very rough and tough on my stuff, and so the less of the quality that you get, the more difficult it will be. Okay, now so we did our 2 here, okay, and we did our 2 here, okay, and you can pull them up. Oh, let's see, I think one of them, this one's too big. Pull this one in just a little bit. Alright, so pull them up and pull them up. They're where they need to be. And now we are going to turn this and pull this out, measure it down, and of course once I finish everything, then I will go back with the bows and put them out so that they're even, so that my customer likes what she gets. And I keep my pins in there. And this ribbon here, this came from Sam's Club. This was good ribbon, and I wished I'd have bought more when I had the chance. The green and gold ribbon, this one right here, that also came from Sam's Club. I don't like that as well as I like this, but good ribbon nevertheless. And for the price of this ribbon, this was like $7.95. If I'd have bought this in Gillsville at Sims Pottery, would have cost me $15 probably. Okay, now this did come from Sims Pottery. This was $8.50, but it was a 100-foot roll, so it was well worth it. It'll take a good minute for this to be gone. And Sims Pottery has bukus and bukus and bukus of stuff. Now, I have red tails on this one, so I'm going to measure out my tails, and then I'm going to scrunch it in. And really and truly, this doesn't have a good side or a bad side, because this is double-sided. But I'm going to twist it anyway, just simply because if I don't, then I get out of the habit of doing things, and I don't want to be out of the habit because then you start making mistakes. And with this one you have 1, 2, 3, you have 4 loops as well. And then of course this loop, and I don't know if y'all can see what I'm doing here, but when I'm coming in, I'm just going just a tad bit smaller than I did with the previous loop. So come in, shoot that in there, and that's a little, okay, so we're gonna scrunch it, but I wanna make sure that I'm not getting way off center. See, that one's a little bit bigger, and it's kind of difficult to fix them once you put them in a zip tie. So that one's ready to go. And then we're going to come over here, match them up, twist it down. There we go. And so my sister Jennifer is watching on Facebook. I'm excited because she's coming home, and she hasn't lived at home in a long time, and we're just very thankful that she's coming home, and we wish her all the best, and we're going to help her, and I'm hoping that she's going to be my partner in crime, and she's going to help me make stuff and go with me to festivals, because I don't like going to festivals by myself, and y'all know I don't drive anymore, so I need that person that can drive, and as they say, we're going to grow old together. You know, and when we were young, we used to fight and get into it, but I think we've outgrown all that, and I'm thankful that she's coming home, and I'm thankful that she's doing okay. And our other sister, Evelyn, she's doing okay too, and she's excited, and she's happy that Jennifer's coming home. Mason calls Jennifer Gigi. Did that when he was little, and I think that's the only person that I know of that calls her Gigi. When we were little, she was Jenna Lou, but now she's just Jennifer and Gigi. Aunt Gigi is what my son calls her. Okay, so this one has 2 tails, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 loops. So we're going to go in just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to scrunch right here and twist. Alright, so you see how that's just a little bit smaller than that, because you want to be able to see the whole bow. Put that in there like that and twist it. Alright, now I'm going to take this, push this one up here, and push this one up here, because you can always cut your tails, but try to keep them as close as you can. Alrighty, we almost to the bewitching hour. Alrighty. This ribbon also came from Sam's. I will be honest with you, out of all the ribbon that I bought with Sam's, I just like this one the most. It's very pretty. Yeah, that wasn't right. Twist. It's very pretty ribbon, but it is the most difficult ribbon to work with. It just does not want to cooperate at all. So I'm going to cut this tail right there. Alright, so let me check this ribbon. I know that one's too tall, and I believe they're all going to be, yeah, they're a little bit wacky. So I got to fix the whack. Okay, so I'm going to pull this one. We're going to adjust while we got the chance. Adjust, adjust, adjust. Okay, so maybe. Those are okay. Well, this one's still being a booger. Alright, come on. Up. Up. You're alright, you're good, you're good. Okay. Put that right there. I'll just adjust that one. Alright, come on, boogies. Okay. Y'all not being nice today. Not being nice at all. Okay. Alright, we got it. Alright. That's the difficult part of having ribbon that's not cooperative. And last but not least is our buffalo plaid. And I'm going to take this, put this in here. I don't know where that other needle went. I'm sure I'm going to stick that in my foot. I'm sure. Alright, so we're going to cut our buffalo plaid. And then on the buffalo plaid, it is just going to be simply a loop. It's going to go in. It's going to twist. It's going to come over. So, you put her in straight. She twists. You put her down. She does not twist because she is your center focal point. Alright, now get my paddle wire. Should have cut this beforehand, but I don't always do things the right way. I would say I could teach you anything, but because I'm scatterbrained, it sometimes comes across as not being a good teacher. So, you gotta grab it like this, okay? And you gotta pull it up, holding it and pinching it with both of your fingers, here and here. And then what I do is I put my wire on it, okay, and you don't want it to fall apart, because if you let it fall apart, then it gets off kilter. And then you're just going to take it and just twist it once. And then what I do is I take a zip tie, because I want my wire to be on there. And then I run my zip tie, because I can let it go now because it's got the wire wrapped around it. It's not completely secure, but it does have the wire wrapped around it. And then you take the zip tie and you center, I center the wire. And we're going to put it in here like so. And we're just going to pull it. Alrighty. And then that off. Take your wire. Now, the one thing that I do not have, people, is I do not have a fluff box. Alright, so I fluff my ribbon in a strange place. And until I get a fluff box, that is my go-to fluffing spot. But I am going to try and fluff it here in front for you guys to Okay, now see, the red tails are too long. That's the first thing. The red tails are too long. So we're going to take the red tails and, oh, hang on a minute. We want to make sure that they're good and straight. Alright, so you want the red tails to be just a little bit shorter than that. And gonna go right here. And that. And that works out good for the tails. Okay, so we got all that. Got those out of the way, got this out of the way. Oh, there it is. I know if I look long enough I'd find it. Yay! Nothing worse than ribbon that flops around, flip-flopping around. Okay, so here's your tails, and this is your wire. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this green one in this direction, and then we're gonna come over here, and we're going to pull this one in this direction. And then the tail, of course, is too long, so let's go ahead and trim that so it's not in the way, that out of the way. Okay, so you go back, grab your wire. You got one tail here, one loop here, and then that. Okay, so then you want to take this tail, this one, pull this one down here. No, I'm sorry, pull this one up here, and then take this loop, pull this loop down, and then just fluff this loop. Okay, so this is what we got so far. Alright, so that's what you're seeing. You've got loop, loop, tail, loop, 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 and tail. Now that tail looks to be a little bit way too long. So let's cut that one. Felt like somebody has cut with my scissors something that they shouldn't be cutting with them. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna look in just a second, guys, and see if anybody else is joined. Okay, so this one goes this way. So that's what it looks like from the back. So you got loop, 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 tail, tail. Alright, so now we're going to come over here to the red truck, and we're going to take the red truck and we're going to pull our loops around. Now remember, our tails for our red truck are long, so they will be automatically at the bottom of our thing. So you just take them and twist them, and then you come over to the other side and then take those, put your fingers in and twist those. And if you get them and you grab them and you twist them the right way, they'll basically you're manipulating the ribbon. That's what you're doing, is manipulating the ribbon. If you go back to your back and make sure that your back ribbon is doing what you want it to do, then the front ribbon will eventually fall into place. So you've got this one needs to go over here, this, and this goes here. So it's difficult because I don't have a fluff box, and I don't have a way of making them do what I want them to do. Okay, so we've got to manipulate them in a different direction. So I am going to move you guys so y'all can see a different process. Okay, and we're going to raise it up just a little bit. This is where I normally fluff my bows. So we're going to go ahead and fluff them because this bow is being difficult, and I don't want it to be difficult. I want to get it right. Alright. And we're going to do it like that. Okay. Now maybe it won't be quite as hard. Okay, so let's get our blue. Okay. Alright. There's our blue. Alright. And then here's our red truck. And a red truck. And a red truck. So sorry, concentrating takes away from your thought process. Alright, there we go. And there we go. Alrighty. You're getting there. And you are getting there. Okay. Here's the other red truck. There we go. Now. The trees are difficult from time to time. Okay, there we go. It was a hot mess to begin with. It looks as though it's coming into play. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, so then we're going to take these and make these roll under like that, and pull this one where it flips up like that, and then there you go. And that one's a little long, so I'm going to trim that one off just a little bit. Hate cutting that off because it's going to take part of the tree off, but we need it to. Okay. All right. Okay. Alright, so there's that one, okay, and then alright, that's one, and this one is ribbon number 2. So what do y'all think? Y'all think they look the same? Think they look the same? Alrighty, so put this one over here so we don't mess it up, and we'll leave that one right there, and then we're going to come back over and I'm going to make another one. But I won't bore you guys to death with me making another one. Oh, let's see what's on here. Alright guys, so I made that one. Oh, we're up in the air, aren't we? Hi. Let's see what we got going on. And